everybody, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to be talking about pranayama today, and I'm super excited about this one because I have a deep love for breath exercises. If you have taken one of my yoga classes or you've attended one of my YouTube video yoga classes, you may have noticed that I focus on the breath a lot. And this is because I developed a breath practice well before I ever started yoga. I actually learned a bunch of breathing exercises as part of a meditation class that I was in, and I loved it. And I just felt such a relief of anxiety and stress, and I returned to it all the time. So then when I ventured into yoga, it was magic. The rest is history, I'll say that. So a couple of different benefits of a breath practice. So many. I'm not going to list them all, but it calms the nervous system. It sends signals to your brain to settle down. So why I love it so much too is it's always available. No one has to know you're doing breathing exercises. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or the feelings of anxiety coming up, you can pause and start focusing in on your breath. And it just allows you to calm down and persevere and make the right decisions in that moment of how you're going to tackle what life throws at you. And how important is that? And anytime, but especially right now. So the practice of yoga is said to not even be yoga without a breath practice. We could be doing all of these poses, but if we're not focusing on the breath, that's all we're doing. We're just moving into different poses. But the breath allows us to hone in on our bodies, focus in on our breath, and find a sense of calm in an otherwise maybe stressful situation. When you're holding plank for 5 breaths or warrior 2 or whatever your least favorite yoga pose is, you tap into the breath, you zone back in so that you can find that sense of endurance and internal strength and persevere. And I just love how that translates into real life as well, where you can pause and breathe and find your inner strength on how to handle whatever life throws at you. So the first breath practice I'm going to show you is a really simple one. I start all of my classes with this, and it's something I do all day, every day. It's a cleansing breath. So we're just going to take a big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And when you exhale through the mouth, don't be shy. So we're going to fog it out or breathe it out, like we're fogging up a mirror. So listen to me first. Just let it go. And what this breath practice is doing is relieving any pent up energy, any buildup of energy. So this is something that's great to do at the beginning of practice, to let go of whatever's been going on before you jump onto your mat. Take a cleansing breath, let all of that go so that you can give yourself this time on your mat. It's great to do during your practice, anytime you're feeling fatigued or shortness of breath, or like you just can't hang in there anymore. Take a cleansing breath, and it re-energizes you when you time it just right. So I love that one. You can do it anytime. Let's do a couple of those together. We'll take 2. So sit up really tall. Always important, roll your shoulders up towards your ears and down the back, little tuck in the chin. So we're really long, belly is engaged just a little bit. Why is my shirt weird? Okay, here we go. Big breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, release. Nice, one more. You can even sigh with it if you're alone. You can do it in public too. No one usually cares. I do what I want. Don't tell me not to sigh. Okay, so the next one is a 3-part breath, the diaphragmatic breath. And this is the breath practice that you will be using during a yoga class. This breath practice is going to deepen your mind-body connection. And just as I mentioned before, this is what helps calm the nervous system and keep you in the present moment. And that is what yoga is all about. Staying present, staying very present. So as soon as you start to notice your mind wandering, especially in a yoga class, when you're thinking like, this sucks, oh my God, it burns, how many more breaths? Pause, take that as a mindful moment to tap back into your breath practice. The idea is that our breath practice is so strong that we don't have room for outside thoughts. The only room of kind of ideas that may pop in your head are what feel good right now. So the more you practice your breath, the more you're able to honor your body where it's at any day, at any given moment, so that we can reduce the risk of injury, especially in yoga, and also in real life. Take a few deep breaths. Tap into your 3-part breath so that you can say, how am I feeling right now? And what would make me feel really good? Such a blessing. Oh, so good. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. Okay, 3-part breath. Let's go. The 3 parts: belly, ribs, all the way up to the collarbone. We're tapping into the entire capacity of our lungs. So deep, deep breaths. We're going to focus on extending the breaths as long as you can on the inhale and the exhale. And we also expand out in all directions. So oftentimes when we take deep breaths, first of all, it's usually pretty shallow. So we're going to be trying to extend the belly on the first part of the breath. And I want you to try to focus on expanding the backside as well. So breathing into both hands, and then same thing with the ribs. The ribs are going to expand out in all directions, going this way and this way as well. And then all the way up to the collarbones, and we'll exhale the same way down. Chest, ribs, belly. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Let's practice. Let's take a cleansing breath first, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Sitting up tall, breathing into the belly. 1, 2, ribs. 3, all the way up to the collar. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. I'm not doing it because I'm talking. Okay, let's do that one more time. You go. Inhale, belly, ribs, all the way up to the collar. Exhale, collar, ribs, belly. It may be helpful to continue using your hands, maybe on your sides, one on front, one on back, or even one on the chest and one on the belly. Play with each and see what works for you. I'm going to do a few deep breaths with you so you can kind of see a visual of my body, moving. Talking about breathing, and I'm not breathing while I talk. Okay, so let's start this one. One hand on the belly, one on the heart. And starting with your abdomen. Inhale, 1, ribs, 2, chest, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Close the eyes. Feel the breath moving through each part. Inhale. Couple more rounds. Once more. Nice. Awesome. Already feeling a sense of calm. You can also add, for a little extra focus, a little pause at the top of your inhale and a small pause at the bottom of your exhale. So small breath retention. I should mention that if you're pregnant, do not hold your breath. That's important. But if you're not and you're healthy and it feels good and it doesn't cause any anxiety or lightheadedness, see if you can take a small pause. At the top of your inhale, take in a little extra air and pause. And then turn it around. Exhale. Empty the lungs completely. Pause. Big breath in. Pause. And exhale. Once you get to the bottom, press out all of the air and then pause. And then turn it around. So play with it a little bit. See what works for you and what feels best. The breath retention is especially helpful to give yourself an added point of focus if you're having a lot of anxiety or if you're having a really busy monkey mind while you're practicing yoga. So something to keep in mind and play with a little bit. I will be adding a couple more breath exercises to my channel. So stay tuned for those. Practice with this one first, and once you feel really comfortable with it, this kind of sets the groundwork for the next breathing exercises, which will give us an added focus. It's a little more challenging and helps you to become even more present if this one's just not doing it and you're still having the thoughts and the anxieties going on. So stay tuned for more. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you got something out of this. I'd love to hear any comments, questions. So feel free to reach out, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Namaste.